On the 7th of June last year, the conversation about certain aspects of British history was brought into sharp focus by one particular demonstration in Bristol. The statue of Bristolian slave trader Edward Colston was torn down.
One of the questions is, who have we chosen to remember? Because our statues are about who we choose to remember. So, and by extension, who have we not remembered? And I think that there is, and I understand it, a fear among some people that if this statue gets taken down, I lose a piece of myself. In Bristol, whatever we think of Colston, I understand that for some people, the toppling of the Colston statue was losing a piece of the city that they know, and in the process, they lost a piece of themselves.
Greetings people, this is Eldad Amara. Right, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe and share. Most of all, like and share. If you do this, then YouTube will share my video to a wider audience. Right, going back last year, we had the killing of a guy by the name of George Floyd, an American black man who was held down by a police officer, right, and publicly executed. Right, in Bristol, people protested by marching in Bristol city centre. Right, some people took their anger out on the statue of a guy called Edward Colston, who was a slave trader in Bristol. Edward Colston was born in around about 1632, okay, and he was a slave merchant. This man took slaves from Africa, right, and brought them back to Bristol, and these slaves helped to build up Bristol city. The wealth of Bristol was mainly caused by the slave trade, and also through this Edward Colston. Now for years and years, people in Bristol protested against having the statue of Colston in Bristol city centre. Something like 10 years people protested to have this statue taken down. Some black people, and it's not just black, but other groups of people felt that having the statue in the centre was like having a kick in the face. There's many people in Bristol that was appalled by the statue of Colston, yeah, especially black people, because some of these slaves could have been possibly their ancestors. See, me myself personally, I think that the statue of Colston should stay. It should stay in Bristol city centre, but there should be a placard that should be put on the statue showing the nature of Colston and what he done in terms of the slave trade. The statue was pulled down by the protesters and chucked into Bristol docks. You can say that Colston had a watery grave. Now, there's some people in Bristol who are saying that these protesters should be done for criminal damage. Yeah, for criminal damage to the Colston statue. Some people are deeply offended by what the protesters had done. Now, I'm not going to condone that myself, but think of all the wickedness of Colston. He took slaves from Africa over to England and other parts of the world. Right? He kidnapped them. Actually kidnapped them from other places, yeah, in Africa. Held them hostage. Some of these slaves were obviously beaten and tortured. So, if these protesters decided to actually go for criminal damage to Colston statue, what about Colston himself? What about Colston himself? Shouldn't he also have been criminalised then. Anyway, the other part of the story as well is that there's some people who are saying with Colston statue that it should remain in Bristol city centre. There's others who said that the statue itself should be pulled down and gotten rid of. In other words, to destroy it, so that all the people of Bristol, whoever visits Bristol, can actually see this statue and read about Colston. Also, some people have been saying that perhaps the statue should be put into a museum, and for people to go to the museum and to see the statue actually in the museum rather than it being left in Bristol city centre. See me, I think that the statue should realistically be left in Bristol city centre, right, with a true depiction of what Colston did and what he did to the slaves and how the slaves helped to build Bristol. See, if you were to get rid of the statue altogether, that would mean that you eradicated the history of Colston, and I don't think that's right. Kids growing up in the city, especially black young kids, they have no history of Colston, and I think that would be the wrong move, simply because people who forget about their history is the people who's bound to have their history repeated. People who forget about their history are bound to have their history repeated. If you take Colston statue down and just destroyed it, yeah, that'd be like saying that the slave trade never happened and Colston never happened, and I don't agree with that. Anyway, if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe and share. Eldad Amara.